Oh, give yourself a rest, love. You were late last night.
I'm all right.
You had enough breakfast?
Yes, thanks.
Oh, I do hope you're eating enough. Do you get a proper dinner?
Lunch.
Oh, yes, lunch.
Mum, will you stop worrying? I've told you 100 times the food's marvellous and I eat like a horse.
Oh, I'm not worrying, but you use up such a lot of energy with all that studying, and you've got to put it back somehow.
Yes, Mum.
Oh, that's a bit of pause.
Your mother's talking to you.
No, I wasn't. I was talking to you.
Oh, me?
Yes, I said, are you ready for off?
Oh, I'm all right for 5 minutes, love. Any more tea left?
Oh, yes. There's a pot full.
Right, thanks very much. Oh, 4 changes in the forward line, huh?
Yeah, you'll have that all over cloth.
Sorry, love. Thanks. Ah, and I've got 'em down for an away win. Some hopes I've got. What's that for, love? Are you back at it again?
No.
What's the matter, Mum? What's up?
Oh, I don't know. What do you do for the best? Do you think I ought to take him something in?
Who are you talking about?
Mr. Tatlock, do you think I ought to take him a bit of breakfast in?
He won't be up yet.
Well, up or not, it makes no difference. Now, just you listen to me, Ida. Look, stop bothering your head about the old chap. I mean, you've got a family of your own to look after. Well, on top of that, you know, you're working yourself.
Well, it was only a bite to eat.
I don't care what it is. Here you are, worrying yourself sick over him, and his own daughter, not 5 miles away, won't lift a finger.
Well, you know how she's fixed, Frank. You remember how it was when our children were little, and she's got 2 as well. She can't be expected to come running up here every 5 minutes.
Well, she doesn't have to. I mean, she could have him living with her if she wanted to.
He wouldn't go.
Oh, go on, that's right. Go on, side with your mother. You wouldn't mind if she puts herself in bed, would you?
Oh, there we go again. Of course I care about Mum, but that doesn't mean I don't know why Mr. Tatlock won't go and live with his daughter.
Oh, I see. You know that, do you? Would you kindly explain to me, Professor, because I'm ignorant in such matters?
Yes, you're...
Go on, say it. Go on, get off your chest. I'm ignorant in most matters. Go on, say it.
Oh, Frank, for heaven's sake, don't start all that again. And if you don't hurry up, you'll be late for work.
Oh, work can wait. That's not important. We can't let this son of ours go off to university with somewhat unsaid.
No,
I mean,
Dad.
it might unsettle him for the day.
Dad,
That's quite enough from the both of you.
I haven't said a word.
No, it's not what you say, young man. It's what's behind those looks of yours. But I'll tell you this for a start.
And I'll tell you something, Frank Barlow. I've had as much of this as I can stand. And if you think I get up at the crack of dawn to make breakfast for the 2 of you, so you can go on like this morning after morning, you're very much mistaken. Tomorrow you look after yourselves.
I've got an early lecture and I said I'd meet the crowd for a coffee before I went in.
Aye, well, see you come back in a better frame of mind.
Well, just so that it won't unsettle me all day, Dad, I'll tell you this.
Kenneth?
Old Mr. Tatlock's not clinging to Coronation Street. He's clinging to his independence. And I can see his point.
Why, the young... Well, he's no right to speak to his father like that.
No, I know he hasn't, love. But you must admit it's 6 of one and half a dozen of the other. Can't you understand the boy?
You know, I'm getting a bit fed up of this understanding business. I mean, why does it always have to be on our side?
Oh, well, it's just his way.
Right, I mean, you defend the lad. All I want a bit more understanding out of him. Does he realise that most lads of his age are bringing 9 and 10 quid a week up? I mean, does he?
Oh, now, Frank.
Never mind about all now, Frank. I'm not complaining. All right, we both knew what it'd mean when we sent our lad to the university, and we both went into it with our eyes open, but it doesn't make things any easier,
I
love.
know it doesn't, Frank, but you can't expect him to thank you every 5
And
minutes.
I don't want that either. I just want a bit less of his cheek. It's just... Oh, I don't know, love, really.
Oh, well, it's just his way, that's it.
It's not just him I'm worried about either. It's you, love.
Oh, well, you can give over then.
Oh, while I think of it, how much have you got left in the housekeeping?
Oh, I don't know.
Well, go on, find out. Have a look in your purse.
Well, I could lend you £1, Frank, but I need to have it back in the morning because I've got to get the shopping in.
Women. You're always looking on black side, aren't you? Look, why don't you get those pair of shoes you were looking at last week?
Oh, Frank, don't be daft. You know we've got to keep a few pounds in hand. You never know when they'll be needed.
I've got a bit of overtime coming. Now, look, you go and get those shoes for yourself.
Well, I'll see.
Never mind about seeing. You go and get them, love.
Well, I'll think about it. And if you don't get off to the work, you'll have the sack coming. Never mind overtime. Oh, ta, love. Ta-ra.
Ta-ra, love.
I'm all right. Look, I'm taking a skirt. What time is it?
Oh, it's 20 past.
Oh, thank heavens for that. The clock stopped. I thought I was late.
Look, I'm taking a skirt to the cleaners. I could pick up your coat while I'm there, if you like. Did I give you the ticket, or did I keep it?
No, it's in my bag. How much did you say it'd be?
7 and 6, but there's no need to give me the money now.
Oh, I'll get it over and done with. There's the ticket, anyway. Oh, 4 and 9. Thank heavens it's payday.
Well, I told you not to bother.
No, it's all right. I've got it here somewhere. 7 and 6.
Mm-hmm.
Right, they are.
Marvellous. Oh, what had happened about that bill you were telling me about? You know, the one from the plumbers.
Oh, that gets funnier and funnier, that does.
Well, was it a mistake?
Well, that's what's so funny. I saw the lad from Shorrocks's. First of all, he said it was outstanding in their books, and then he took it away to check with him. Now, what he did that for, I don't know.
Oh, because you told him it had been paid, I suppose.
Oh, it's never been paid, Esther. The more I thought about it, the more I realised it hadn't. I mean, my mother never left the house hardly when she came out from hospital, and all the letters she wrote, I posted for her.
Are you sure you didn't pay for it yourself?
Come off it. If I'd parted with £1 one and threatened, I'd have remembered. Don't fret yourself. Or is it just fair to say? What?
Oh, come on, don't make it even more difficult for me. I'm talking about money.
Oh, that. Oh, could be better. Not getting all the insurance money I expect set me back a bit.
Yeah, I bet it did. Ron Bailey was telling me about the trouble you'd had.
Oh, was he? Well, he should keep my business to himself.
Oh, don't be silly. There's no harm in him talking to me. He was very sorry about it. So was I.
Ah, well, being sorry doesn't get the bills paid. Oh, I don't mean you, Esther. I mean him. Still, I don't suppose it was anybody's fault, really. It's just that everything's happened at once. The mess with the plumbers, the insurance, and on top of everything, I had to take my record player back yesterday.
Oh, why?
Never, never. And that's when I'm going to get it. Can't even cheer myself up with Elvis. Get me? I'm beginning to sound just like Ena Sharp.
Oh, now, look, be serious for a minute. Do you want to borrow some money?
No, Esther.
It wouldn't be much, but I could let you have a few pounds. And don't worry about me. It so happens that, I've got prospect.
Oh, what's this?
I'm after a new job.
Esther, you're not.
Well, why shouldn't I?
Oh, where?
Hunt and Bowen.
Well, the mail order firm, you mean?
I wrote after the job, a couple of weeks ago. I've had one interview. They want to see me again today.
Oh, well, I do hope you get it. I was beginning to think you were stuck at your place forever.
So did I. It's been quite a break. I've worked for Mr. Jackson for a long time. Well, nowadays he's out of the office more often than he's in, and with only the two of us there, you know, well, it gets a bit lonely.
Yeah. Well, what's the new job, then?
Position's called a senior. I'd have 25 girls under me, ledger clerks. Plenty of company there.
I know just what you mean. The pay's not much at our place, but at least it's company. Well, I'll keep my fingers crossed for
Oh,
you.
Tala. And don't forget about the money.
No, I might take you up on that.
Do.
Hey, with all that talk about you lending me money, I never showed you this. Here
Oh, what's
it is.
that?
Well, it's that bill from the plumbers.
Oh? But that's receipted.
I know. Well, that's what I was going to tell you about. Come through the door. Same lad brought it. Well, he knows nothing about it, so I'm taking it down to his office this morning to check up. It's never been paid.
Well, if it's a mistake, they'll need their money.
Aye, I suppose they will. She was poor, but she was honest. Anyway, I'm glad it's you I'm telling, and not Elsie Tanner or Ena Sharples who think I was dead daft. Hey, look at the time. Goodness gracious, cheerio. Hello, Harry.
Hello.
Hope I haven't kept you long.
No, I've just come in.
Have you? That's funny. I could have sworn I heard the bell go twice. I thought it was you hurrying me up.
No.
Oh, well, then I lost a customer. Some folks won't wait a second. I've got to do a bit of washing sometimes, and I can't come up with suds up to my elbows, can I? Now.
I just want some fags, love. 10 will do.
Oh, by the way, I've got them filter tips.
Oh,
to
have you?
ask for.
Oh, I'll have 20 then, please.
I'm learning fast, aren't I?
Oh, yeah, they're becoming a proper saleswoman.
Aim to please is my motto. That's easy enough, you know. I went to Abel's yesterday. That scruffy little shop near the wreck. I don't go there as a rule, but I wanted some firelighters, and that's one thing I will not sell after what happened to me. I was always surprised that Mrs. Lappin stocked them. One thing I've always said is firelighters and food do not mix.
Ah, you're right.
Oh, well, you should have heard her the way she carried on. You'd have thought I'd have asked for the earth, moaning and muttering under her breath while she looked for 'em. Then when I give her £0.50, have you nothing less? There's altogether too much of that sort of thing.
Ah, you did right.
Costs nothing to be pleasant. Hey, can you imagine Ena Sharples behind this counter? How's the row going on between Ena and her next door but one?
Elsie Tanner? I don't know. Oh, they're still not speaking to each other.
Yeah, I know that. That's my objection to this street. It's altogether too easy to get yourself talked about. Now, where I come from before, we kept ourselves to ourselves, if you know what I mean.
Aye, much better.
Of course it is. Ooh. Take that to your little girl.
Oh, yeah, no, I can't do that, no.
It's only a bit of chocolate. Poor Mike can't get much of it.
Well, they look after him very well there, you know.
Perhaps they do, but it's not like having a mother of her own. Go on, take
Well,
it.
Thanks very much.
Suppose I ought to be glad that I wasn't left with children. Poor little souls. They deserve two parents, I always say. It's only fair.
I suppose they do. Still, there's not much we can do about it, is there? Well, I best be off.
By the way, I never asked you. Did you enjoy the dance?
The dance? Oh, the depot dance. Yeah, very nice.
I heard you took Concepta Riley.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, good dancer. I'm not up to much,
I
you know,
must
but...
say, I was rather surprised.
Surprised?
To hear you taking her.
Oh, well, it was just, well, you know.
Oh, well, I don't know why, but I was rather surprised.
Oh.
Of course, it's none of my business, but barmaids haven't got a very good name. Generally speaking, that is.
I thought you used to be one.
I said generally speaking, we weren't all alike. There's a lot said about the profession, and there's some as it applies to and some as it doesn't. Oh, hello, Mrs. Sharp.
Morning, well, hey, I never did pay you for those cigarettes, did I?
That'll be 3 and 6.
Right, well. Yeah, never did get them either.
Oh, so you didn't.
Sure what's gas in.
Molly, look.
How's it going to count to me, you know?
Oh, you make me late for work. The buses won't wait for you, you know.
Well, they would have had my road, noisy things.
Get on with it. Morning.
Morning, Harry. Now, Mrs. Sharples, what can I do for you?
You want to get rid of me fast, but different I was wearing trousers, wouldn't it? You've got a card in your window. Fur-lined leather boots, hardly worn. 5 shillings a fly within.
Yes?
Who's selling?
Mrs. Mountjoy from the greengrocers.
Fur? Hardly worn, washing never has up on the feet. Are they those brown leather things with a scruffy fur around the top?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't seen them.
Well, you should. You put an advertisement in the window, you ought to know what you're selling. I wouldn't have them things thrown at me. And you think on that you get people to put their names and addresses on them cards. I don't want to be buying some of that flecky stuff from number 11.
Oh, Mrs. Tanner never uses the cards.
Now, don't you come anywhere mighty high and mighty Mrs. Tanner stuff with me. I know her. There's things go on in this house that decent folk don't talk about.
Oh, now, Mrs. Sharples.
And don't come that talk with me. I've a right to speak my mind, I have, and I speak as I find. Who do you think you are, any road? When you lived in Coronation Street as long as I have, then you can start talking. But until then, if you listen to me, you'll not go far wrong. Elsie Tanner's a dirty blackguard, and I wouldn't give her house room in a decent street. I want a bottle of vinegar.
What?
A bottle of vinegar.
Oh, malt or ordinary?
Ooh, getting very posh, aren't we?
Well, the malt's very good.
Oh, I've no doubt, but I get my rational at the other end of the street. How much is it?
1 and 3 and the ordinary's 8.
Well, I'll take that. 8pence.
Nice to see you up and about again.
Oh, well, I'd expect that from you. You're taking me money. But there's plenty in Coronation Street who'd have been glad to see me go.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes, I could name you a dozen who'd been singing hymns of praises while they were scattering the ashes in the Garden of Remembrance.
Oh, I wouldn't go so far as to say that. Mind you, I didn't like the way that Martha Longers tried to pinch your job while he was in hospital. No.
Didn't you?
I did not. Now, taking a person's job is one thing, but when the poor soul's lying ill in hospital...
Have you finished?
Hey?
I said, have you finished? Because if you have, I'll say something. You happen to be speaking about a friend of mine, and I'll thank you to watch that evil tongue of yours. If you can't say something good, send out. There's your 8pence.
Can I have an extra one? Oh, I'm sorry, love. I've just sold the last. Can I get you something? I want the same as her.
I'll have one of them almond slices. What did you get the other day? That was nice?
Well, I can't got two pair of hands at once, you know, love. And will you make less noise, please? I have to go outside. Can't hear myself think. Now then, there's your pound cake. Now then, what did you want? An almond slice? Do you want an almond slice too?
Well, I don't know.
Oh, well, make up your mind, love. What can I get you?
Oh, it's all right. I'm not in a hurry.
Go on, you can serve him.
Well,
Meat and potato pie,
no meat and
please.
potato Friday. Out meat
Oh,
pie,
no.
steak and kidney.
Steak and kidney, then.
Right.
I didn't know he was going to be this long. What are you worrying about? Wouldn't I going after him any day?
Hey, shut up.
He's heard you. Never seen him in the pally, have you?
No.
Hey, stop it. Do you go up the pally?
Used to.
Smashing on Saturday nights, isn't it, Glenny?
Oh, yeah.
Come tomorrow. You can take me home.
Shut up, you.
There's your pile of that banana.
Right, thanks. Well,
Tartan.
ta.
Get that smile, kid.
Come on, lovesick. What sort of cake do you want?
Oh, I haven't made my mind up yet.
How about one of these?
Hello.
Look, hey, I wanted to have a word with you. Can you spare me a minute?
Yeah.
Oh, come in then.
Get a load of that, kid.
Come in and sit yourself down. I'm just going
Right.
into the kitchen.
Right.
You'll have neighbours talking.
Well, let them talk. It's what you do, not what they say you do.
That's all you're having?
That's all I want, thank you. Do you want a cup of tea?
If you make it one, yeah,
Oh,
thanks.
Here, put your pie on this plate before you burn yourself.
Yeah, ta.
Knife and fork here.
Hey, I mean, what's going on? I mean, here I am, sitting in here. Before that, I was walking up street minding my own business, and here I am, eating my pie off a plate with a knife and fork.
Well, it's better than eating it in the backyard of the rover with your fingers.
Are you boss at your place?
Wish I was.
I'll give you a reference. You can't half lash out the orders.
Listen, I wanted to talk to you.
Oh, yeah, what's it all about
Want
then?
some bread?
No.
You know that bill you brought round for £1 1 and threepence?
Oh, well, yeah, I remember something about that.
And then you brought the receipt round and said it had been paid?
Oh, that one. Well, what are you worrying about? If there's a mistake, forget it. Look, I think I'll make an early start. Thanks
Sit
for all...
down.
Oh, I could tell she's at it again.
Sit down and do as you're told. How much sugar do you take?
2. I need sweetening. You want to watch that? My mum said if you stir somebody else's tea, it means you're going to have a row.
Perhaps she's right. There.
Oh,
Went to your office at this dinner time.
that'll be a thrill.
They said they'd had the money all right.
Smashing?
They said you'd gone in with the tale that I'd given it to you.
Well, perhaps you had.
Now, what'd you tell them that for?
Well, maybe I thought I wanted to.
Oh. And I suppose you wanted to part with £1 1 and threepence on my behalf.
Yeah.
Well, you just can't do things like that.
Why can't I?
But you know very well why you can't. Drink your tea. I'm going to pay you back. You know that, don't you?
All right. 3pence a week.
Oh, it's not funny.
Never said it was. You want us to pay me back? All right, then, you can. I mean, what are you mithering about? After all, it's only a lousy quid.
Well, I suppose the quid isn't much to you,
Yeah,
but I...
it's chicken feed. Perhaps I like chucking my money about.
Oh, do you? Well, don't chuck it at me. I don't like it.
All right. Want us to pay me back? We'll start tonight.
Well, I'll have my wages, so that's...
I'm not talking about money. Here.
What's these?
The tickets for a jazz concert downtown. It's Johnny Dankworth.
I'm not paying you back that way.
What you talking about? Oh, women. Look, it's a concert in a big hall, and there'll be hundreds of people there, all round us.
Very well what it is.
Are you coming?
No, I don't think so.
What are you scared of?
Well, I'd want to come straight home.
All right, then. We'll have oysters and champagne at the Midnight Club, and then my chauffeur will bring you right back here.
Oh, of course, if that's how you feel about it, you may as well...
Look, it's at 7:30. There's a bus at 7 o'clock. I'll meet you at 10 to.
Well, I'll see.
You what? Look, it's tonight. The concert's tonight. When are you going to let me know? Sometime next week?
Oh, of course. Suppose if I let you down at the last minute, you wouldn't have time to find another girl to go with you, would you?
I don't want another girl.
Well, you've got 2 tickets.
Look, I got them from a lad I work with. His father happens to work at this place where they're holding this concert, and that's a gospel...
Oh, well, then it won't hurt you if I don't go with you, will it? Look, you'd better be getting off now.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Well, thanks for the tea and a plate and a knife and fork and bread and butter, what I never had.
You're welcome. Something else?
10 to 7.
Sorry to keep you. I was just watching the telly.
Oh, you're one of them, are you? Can't abide it myself. Lot of half-naked women and screaming tomcats. But I didn't come to talk about that. I come about this vinegar. It's bad.
Bad?
All right, smell it for yourself. Last time I smelled vinegar like that was at Mort's supper bar, and I wasn't the only one that complained either.
Smells all right to me.
Are you trying to say I don't know bad vinegar when I smell it? There's nothing wrong with my nose. Oh, and it isn't only the vinegar either. When did you last look at your bacon? There's some rancid in this shop.
Nothing wrong with that bacon. I've just served from it.
Oh, I don't doubt it, and send some poor soul home with half a pound of bad bacon.
Mrs. Sharples, I will not have you coming into this shop making these accusations.
Oh, you won't you? So that's why you come to Coronation Street, to fill your coffers to overflowing by selling us bad vinegar and rancid bacon. Right, well, we'll soon put a stop to that carry-on. There's a special office down at the town hall for dealing with the likes of you, and I won't waste any time getting down there, and first thing in the morning.
You can go to hell for all I care. And there's your 8pence back.
Well, thank you for nothing. Oh, and while I'm about it, there's something else, Mrs. Clever Lindley. However much you might fancy your chances, he'll never marry again.
Get out of my shop.
Oh, don't think I haven't seen you smamming up against him like a wet lettuce. Why, the old street knows. You after Harry Hewitt and him old enough to be his mother.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Ah, that went home, didn't it? That went home all right. Well, you're nothing but a Jezebel flaunting yourself in front of the lad.
Listen to this. Get off my premises and get off quick. You're trespassing.
Trespassing, am I? This is a public shop and I'm entitled to be here. I know my rights.
Yes, and I know mine.
Don't you dare lay a finger on me or I'll have the police after you as sure as God's my...
Oh.
Who are you? What do you want?
Well, I was wondering if you could help me. Could you tell me the number of Mr. Hewitt's house, please? Mr. Larry Hewitt.
Hormones are rampaging through the street, if they were called that back then, as Florrie is after Harry Hewitt. However, she is not alone. They're just wild about Harry. More classic Corrie next here on Granada Plus.